Aries, get ready for an abundant transformation this November. The universe is shaking things up and you're about to expand on every level. Hey Aries, I'm Lindsay with Love. I'm a Western tropical zodiac astrologer here to raise the frequency of the planet by transforming as many lives as I possibly can. So, welcome to your November 2025 horoscope, Aries. I've got you here. I've got my computer and my notes right down here. So, every once in a while, I'll look down at my computer to make sure that I'm delivering you the most accurate information. We're going to be talking the personal planets, the full moon, the new moon, and then you will be on your way, Aries, to a successful November. So let's get going. Let's kick it off with Mercury. Mercury is the energy of what you're focused on intellectually, what you're communicating out. And this November, Mercury is starting off in the sign of Sagittarius. We talked about this at the end of October, but really briefly, this energy is hanging out in the part of the sky for you that involves your abundance, your expansion. Mercury in this part of the sky is asking you to look at your life philosophies. What do you believe in? What are those deep rooted, deep seated beliefs, and are they helping you expand and move toward your own evolution and abundance? Or are they perhaps limiting beliefs that are maybe holding you back? Now, Mercury in this part of the sky wants to learn more. Mercury wants to enroll in university. Mercury wants to sign up for the course. Mercury wants to gain the wisdom and knowledge, but not just gain it. You want to share it far and wide with this energy as well. So it wouldn't surprise me at the beginning of November if you are maybe enrolling in new courses, working on a book, working on a blog, some sort of e-commerce business where you're teaching or educating people in some way. This is also the energy of connecting with people from foreign countries and foreign lands. And so you might be involved with online communities that are, global communities, or maybe you're doing some sort of work in your own way to really just reach a lot of people. It could even be social media like YouTube or TikTok, something along those lines. Now, Mercury is hanging out here until November 9th, when Mercury goes retrograde, the dreaded Mercury retrograde, Aries. But don't fret, right? Mercury retrograde comes around quite often. It's nothing we can escape, but it's just an energetic potential in the sky. What Mercury retrograde says is let's not fall victim to the astrology, but let's just be mindful that there's a little bit of kind of, tensiony energy, right? You're not thinking straight. It's not the best time to be buying brand new items that are very expensive. You might have buyer's remorse or buyer's regret. Same thing. It's not necessarily a time to start something new. It's more of a time to do some reflection work. All those reassess, redo, reflect, go inward and spend some time really understanding yourself at a deeper level. Now, because this energy is in the part of the sky that involves your dharma, your soul's duties on this planet at this time, what you came here to do, it might be that during this retrograde, with all this inward kind of reflecting activity that you may want to do, you discover what you are here for, what your true energetic reason for being on the planet is at this time, and that's absolutely beautiful. So enjoy the retrograde. Don't freak out. It's not that long. It actually only lasts until the 19th. Oh, excuse me. It only lasts until the 29th. So a 20-day retrograde, we will survive, right? So Aries, with Mercury retrograde in this part of the sky, once again, it's a good time to be looking at what your beliefs are, reassessing your beliefs, gaining emotional clarity on your beliefs, understanding about your beliefs, understanding about your soul's purpose. Not necessarily like if you are working on a book or publishing or social media or education, sharing information, it's not necessarily the best time to launch the information. If you've already launched the information with Mercury direct at the back end of October to the 9th of the month of November, it's a good time to assess, how did that go? How did the audience receive the information? Was it resonating with people? Was it not? And kind of reassess, right? But not necessarily launch anything new, just kind of evaluate what is currently happening. Then Aries, on the 19th of the month, Mercury retrogrades even further now back into Scorpio. And for you, this energy is happening in the part of the sky that involves your ability to set aside your own ego desires for the good of you and another. It involves your ability to regenerate, to transform your life in some capacity. It involves you going deep within your psyche and uncovering things, right? The Scorpio energy goes deep. It doesn't want to stay on the surface. It wants to be intense and really go deep within to understand and to transform. That's how we regenerate from the inside out, right? And so with Mercury retrograde here, it's a time from an energetic perspective where you're really focused in likely on like your own inner psyche, your own internal voice, your own internal programming, the subconscious mind, right? It's a nice retrograde because you're really thinking about your life philosophies, maybe about where fear is holding you back, even Aries. And then on the 29th, then Mercury goes direct. And so when Mercury goes direct, now you're able to take all of these lessons you've learned around your life philosophies, your dharma, your ability to teach and share information, your ability to stay open minded and connect with others, even if they aren't from your culture, your background, your religion, your having the same beliefs as you, right? And then also you're able to kind of take those learnings from where you might be holding yourself back, where you might be stuck in some sort of fear rather than moving forward in faith. And with Mercury direct in Scorpio, you're assessing all those things at the end of the month, right? So most of the month we've got Mercury in retrograde. So most of the month means that we are going to be spending time reflecting, reassessing, revisiting, reevaluating, seeking emotional clarity, seeking understanding about these parts of the sky for you, Aries. And then at the very end of the month, you'll be able to take all of those learnings and start to move forward with them. And we'll talk more about that when December rolls around. Aries, before we move on to Venus, the energy of love and money, hit the subscribe button if you're an Aries, if you have one in your life, if you know one in your life, and make sure to subscribe, Aries, because throughout the months I will be posting tons of different content, transformational videos, sleep hypnosis videos, subconscious reprogramming videos, and astrology videos that aren't covering these main personal planets in this kind of monthly overview video. So you'll want to come back for those. All right, whew. I feel like I'm talking on supersonic speed. So Aries, if you feel that way too, then feel free to slow the video down. You can do that in the settings down below. All right, so let's talk Venus. Venus starts off this November in the sign of Libra. And Venus was in Libra almost all of last month. Let's see. Yeah, almost, well, for about a month now. For about a month. We'll just say that. I'm not editing these videos, so I'm going to keep it moving, Aries, for you. So Venus starts off in Libra. This energy is very calm, cool, collected. Venus feels good in Libra. It's peaceful, it's harmonious, it's loving, it's beautiful, it's charming, it's charismatic, it's magnetic. It's all those really high vibe things. And for you, this energy is hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your one-on-one intimate relationship. So in the middle of October through the beginning of November, things are smooth sailing for you. Relationships are going deeper. You're connecting on a more intimate level with those people that you hold closest, near and dear to your heart, Aries. And it's also still a time that if you're seeking any of those relationships, if you're seeking the lover, the best friend, the soulmate, the business partner, whoever, it's a time at the beginning of the month you could still attract that person, those right people into your life that are going to support you, and they're respectful, and it's healthy, and it's communicative, and it's open, and it's vulnerable, and all those really beautiful things about a healthy relationship. And then Aries, on the 6th of November, on the 6th of November, Venus then shifts into Scorpio. So Venus in Scorpio, ooh, this is good. This is intense. It's passionate. It's a good time to surrender to the flow of life. You know, Scorpio wants to kind of see things in black and white, and Venus wants to feel peaceful and harmonious and zen-like. And so can you use this energy in Scorpio to kind of just go with the flow, to truly wu-wei it up, like the Taoists say? I love practicing that tradition in Taoism, that principle. It is so powerful. It's made such a profound impact on my life, Aries. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's called Wu Wei, W-U space W-E-I. It's a Taoist or Taoist, depending on which literature you read, principle, which basically says, like, be like the river and flow with life. Like, don't try to push through the rock, just, skirt around it type vibes. And I'm simplifying it pretty drastically here, but it's also like, remember, Aries, that energy work is very simple. That's what I love about teaching energy, especially inside the Cosmic Collective. It's like when the members finally get it, when it snaps in their brain, you can see it. It's like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, it's so simple. And I'm like, yes, it's so simple, but it's still just so beautifully profound. And I think that's like the joy of life, right? The juxtaposition of it all. Anyway, I could go on forever, Aries, talking about it. If you're interested in a spiritual community and you're a woman ready to really step into your empowerment, tap into your intuition, and advance your life in some way, you may want to check it out in the description box below. Okay, so Venus enters into Scorpio on the 6th of the month and stays in Scorpio for the rest of November. And this energy is hanging out for you in the part of the sky that once again involves your ability to transcend, to regenerate. This is really powerful energy, Aries. And what you can do with this energy is fill yourself up with total self love. Release yourself from any fears that are holding you back. Let the fear go, and in its place, fill yourself with love, fill yourself with faith. What's going to happen is you're going to be able to transcend into higher frequencies, the highest frequency being love, right? And when you're in that frequency, you're so magnetic, you're so powerful. Now, this is also the part of the sky that involves your ability to set aside your ego desires so that you and another person can kind of level up life together. So think power couple status with you and your soulmate. Even you and your business partner can be power couple. You and your best friend can be a power couple. You and your sister can be a power couple. It does not matter. Like, you can go in on some area of life with anybody, really, right? And like really level up together. And so this is a powerful place for this energy to be, because not only is it empowering you, but it's helping you set aside maybe more selfish tendencies for the betterment of you and another, and like in a really powerful way, right? Now, we have to talk very tangible energy here as well, because Venus is also carries the energy of money and abundance. And in this part of the sky, it involves joint accounts, joint resources, money that's flowing to you in some way outside of your own work, your own gifts out to the world. So think things like your partner getting the raise or the promotion, the mortgage getting approved from the bank, taxes, this is alimony, this is contracts, this is, I don't know, one of my Cosmic Collective members was selling cinnamon rolls last week, and the person was like, do you want my car? Like, this is trading cinnamon rolls for a car, and this is a real story. I can't make it up, Aries. So it's like how abundance is flowing to you in material resources outside of like your own gifts to the world. Now, that one's a little bit not such a perfect example, because she was sharing her art of baking with the person, so it's her own gifts. But it is like a car is abundance, right? So as an example. So money is looking good for flowing to you in ways that are a little bit more obscure, perhaps things that you aren't going out and kind of pounding pavement for. Things to do with your partnerships. It's really beautiful energy. And not only is the money and the abundance flowing, but you are too. You're transcending. You're becoming a stronger, more empowered version of yourself. And with that becomes more personal magnetism. And personal magnetism equals manifesting power, Aries. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you've been working on transforming yourself in any way, like personal development work, internal work, emotional, mental work, this Venus, in this part of the sky from the 6th forward onward in November can help solidify you in this new frequency. Trust yourself that you have arrived. You have arrived. I'm here, right? We don't talk about what I was, and I'm not going to talk about what you will be, but you are here now and you have arrived. So allow yourself to, solidify into this new reality. Because when you decide internally that you've arrived, guess what happens? External world has got to shift. It's got to shift and kind of bend to your arrival, so to speak. All right. Oh my gosh. I love this information. Okay, let's talk Mars, the planet of physical inertia, physical action, drive, determination. Well, Mars starts off in the part of the sky for you in Scorpio, right? So lots of Scorpio energy, lots of transformation energy, abundant energy. That's why I said that little beginning hook, so to speak, is like, it's level up time for you, Aries. Now, Mars is here in Scorpio at the beginning of the month, only for the first couple of days. So we'll talk Mars entering into Sagittarius on November 4th. Now, this energy, once again, Mars, your physical action in Sagittarius, taking things big. This is visionary energy. This is expansive energy. This is go big, do not go home, Aries energy, right? And so here it's hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your life philosophies, the part of the sky that involves your philosophical concepts, the part of the sky that involves your desire to know more, to learn more, to expand your mind, your dharma, your soul mission, your soul purpose, the part of the sky that involves connecting physically with people from foreign lands and foreign countries. So it could be that you're hopping on, catching some flights, right? Catch flights, not feelings, Aries. Isn't that what the kids say? You're catching flights and you're traveling abroad, perhaps connecting and experiencing different cultures and people and places. And that's really beautiful too, from a very tangible perspective. Now, once again, this energy is adventurous. You're going for it. You might feel a little bit restless. It's a good time to process your emotions through physical activity. So it could be that you go to a foreign country or land, you meet up with some foreign people, people from different backgrounds, whatever, and it's like your mind is totally expanded because of it. Or something processes within you. All of a sudden, you feel a little bit more aligned with your soul, something like that. Now, from the the Dharma perspective, you might be really ooh, 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 oh, pushing buttons over. Keep the hands off the mouse. You might be experiencing like a drive within you, a passion, a determination within you to figure out what you are here to do, to step onto your soul path. And if that's the case, Aries, I do write different astrology reports. One you might be interested in is called Your Soul's Purpose, where I talk about what I believe you're here to do, looking at your birth chart, and then also an intuitive interpretation from my end. The other one would be just to go for it and get your entire birth chart report. It's about 50 plus pages for most people at this point, where I'm looking at lots of different, looking at your entire chart and its kind of beautiful frequencies. So you might be interested in that with Mars in this part of the sky. And I will say, Aries, that when you decide to step onto your soul path, when you truly make that commitment and say, I am going to be on the path of service to others versus the path of service to self, your whole world becomes lighter. Things become much easier, much more effortless. It's like everything starts to unfold because you've kind of committed your heart, not just to yourself, but to like helping fellow humanity, right? Helping your species. Or, it's so beautiful. So you might consider that at this time, or maybe not even consider it, Aries, but you might be compelled, like driven to, like there is like like something is a fire within you is like, must step onto my soul path, must expand my mindset, must become wiser, must learn certain things, must share my wisdom and knowledge, must connect with more people, right? That's the drive. It's so beautiful. All right, Aries, we're just cruising right along. So let's talk the full moon. On the 5th of November, we'll talk the full moon. The full moon is happening in Taurus. For you, in the part of the sky that involves your money, I love this. Now, full moons, for a lot of people perceive the full moon as like releasing. Okay, that's great. It is, right? Full moons also shine a spotlight on something you might have missed, which I think is really empowering. But full moons are also full. They've culminated, they've manifested, they've come to fruition. And so here it could be, Aries, that maybe something 6 months ago that you were manifesting with the Taurus new moon is finally coming to fruition as it relates to maybe a skill set that you've been working on enhancing or building or cultivating, or money that you've been manifesting in some way. Maybe a few months ago, 6 months ago, you were manifesting new income streams, new revenue streams, monetizing a gift or a talent, and with this full moon it's finally all starting to show up. It's really coming to harvest type vibes. Now, the other way that this could play out is that you might be releasing something, like you might stop offering something. So say you're like a freelancer or you're an entrepreneur, you might stop offering a certain gift, talent, whatever. For example, I used to do channeled messages. I used to do like what I called an Ask Your Higher Self session, where I would connect with the client and I would channel for them. But I stopped doing those. It just didn't light me up anymore, right? So it could be like that, where you stop offering something for monetary value. The other way this could play out is that you are seeing something for the first time that you didn't know was a gift or a talent that you could monetize, right? Because it's kind of like a flashlight shining down in this part of the sky for you. And lastly, from an energetic kind of emotional, spiritual perspective, this full moon is helping you release issues you have around worthiness if you're struggling with that, okay? Aries, I learned this from Dr. Karen Curry Parker. She is one of the original students of Ra Uru Hu, who channeled human design, which it just still blows my mind. I was lucky enough and blessed enough to study under her some human design. And oh, can you hear my cuckoo clock? We'll listen real quick. Aries, I was just talking about human design and I was just talking about monetizing a skill. So, are some of you interested in human design? And if you are, that was confirmation for you that you are meant to, share your gift with the world. But back to what I was saying, I will, Dr. Karen Curry Parker taught me this, and at a time where I didn't feel like this was true. She taught me that we are, and my whole body's chills right now. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to cry. She taught me that we are all worthy, period. There is no qualifiers for worthiness in our time space reality. We came into this we came from this earth worthy, down into our mother's womb worthy, however you want to see it, worthy, and we will continue to be worthy. There's nothing that you have to do. And I think a lot of people grapple with that and they don't get, like, they just can't, logically it doesn't make sense, maybe because of all these different things that have happened in their lives. And so I will always remind you of that too, because she reminded me of that many times in many different courses I took with her. And it was so empowering for me. And so I will always share that message with others as well. So you're worthy, Aries. You always have been. You always will be. There's no qualifiers. And with this full moon, if you've been struggling with worthiness issues, then use this energy of the full moon to say, please, God, source, universe, creator, I'm using the energies of this full moon to believe I'm worthy. I'm worthy, period. I'm worthy, period. I'm worthy, period. And just tap into this worthiness. Aries, I do have a few videos, like sleep hypnosis videos around self-confidence, worthiness. I have so many, self-love, forgiveness. So you might want to check those out, right? Because anytime you're working with your energy, repetition is important, right? And the more that you can repeat and catch yourself and build your awareness and keep flipping the script every time, you will, in fact, change your frequency. I know it because I used to be insecure, jealous, nervous, all the things, like all the things. I don't even know how that Lindsay existed, but here I am doing this now. And so if I can do it, I know you can too. And once again, Aries, if you're a woman listening and you're ready to do it, join the Cosmic Collective. You are going to meet beautiful people inside and they are going to help you win at life. It's so good. Okay, let's finish with the new moon and we will be on our way. So on the 19th of November, there is a new moon happening once again in the sign of Scorpio. This is such a transformational month for you, Aries. Hell yeah, like let's get it. Let's do the damn thing. Use the energy potential. Use it. Okay. So this new moon in Scorpio, once again, we were talking about earlier with Mars and Venus in Scorpio, excuse me. We were talking about how you could solidify yourself into this new frequency, this new identity. So what if you use the full moon on the 5th and you said, I am worthy and I have skills that I can monetize and I can get paid to exist. Okay, are you with me? And then on the 19th of the month, the new moon in Scorpio says, I'm going to manifest something. The new moon is for manifesting. We're going to send out our desires, right? And the new moon is saying, manifest that new identity, manifest that power couple it up energy, manifest the the abundance flowing to you in ways that don't require you to be out there, breaking your back, working 3 jobs types of vibes, right? So this is what you could be manifesting with this new moon energy. It's all about money flowing to you from other sources. It's about your own personal empowerment. It's about transformation, your ability to let the past be the past, let the past no longer dictate you here and now and your future and your story to come, Aries. All right, have a great month. I'll see you back here soon.